Hi, I'm Tanisha and you're watching this video with just Tutors.com. Today we are going to learn about coordinate geometry. In this video, we'll first have a brief introduction on coordinate geometry and then we'll learn about Cartesian system and writing coordinates. Before we move on to the topic for today, let's try some warm-up questions first. If you want to try the questions by yourself, you can pause the video and match your answers later. Question number 1. Draw a vertical number line counting in fives. So for drawing a vertical number line, we must have a vertical line first with little partitions on it, and make sure your number line counts up in 5 as said in the question. So now let's try to number that. So that's going to be a 0, 10 and 5, and then on the opposite direction that's going to be -5 and -10. So this is how a vertical number line looks like. Let's come to question number 2. From the given figure below, find out the distance of school and market from home. So if you look at the graph, we just need 3 things from there, which is home, school and market. And if we break the color code, we can straight away find that home is here, school is there and market is there. Let's have a look on the key that shows that each little mark is representing 1 kilometers. So we can say that school is at a distance of 3 kilometers from home and market is at a distance of 4 kilometers from home. Now, let's move to the introduction of Cartesian planes. So this is a picture of a Cartesian plane, and if you notice, it is nothing but a combination of a vertical and a horizontal number line placed together. Make sure they cross each other at 0, which is called origin in Cartesian plane. And the number line that runs horizontally is known as x-axis, whereas the number line that runs vertically is known as y-axis. Now let's learn about the Cartesian system first. So we plot the points on this Cartesian system, and each point here on this plane has a unique place and a unique positional defining code, which we call as coordinates. If you see, these two lines are actually dividing the whole plane into 4 little grids. There, this one and that one. So these little grids are known as quadrants in Cartesian system. Let's learn about the quadrants first. To mark these quadrants, we move in the anti-clockwise direction. However, we always start from this position. So this is always marked as first quadrant. Then we move anti-clockwise, so that becomes the second. This is the third and that's the fourth. In quadrant number 1, both x and y are positive because this x-axis and that y-axis contains the positive values only. However, if we talk about quadrant number 2, it becomes minus and plus because x actually has the negative values this time, but y is still on the positive side. Now if we come to quadrant number 3, then both the values become negative because x has negative values and even y has the negative values now. And in quadrant number 4, that becomes plus and minus because x is again on the positive sides, however the y is still running on the negative sides. So this is how the quadrants work. Now we'll learn about writing coordinates. So the coordinates are always written in a certain code, which is x and y. That means we always go by the x-axis first and then the y-axis. The horizontal distance is written first and then the vertical distance. This is called an ordered pair where the numbers are separated by a comma and parentheses are put around the whole specification. For example, 3, 2 is an example of a coordinate, means 3 units to the right on the x-axis and 2 units up along the y-axis. And then we've got 2 terms, which is abscissa and ordinate. So abscissa is the horizontal value in a pair of coordinate, that is the x value. So in this case, the abscissa would be 3. Ordinate, the vertical value in a pair of coordinates, that's the y value. So the ordinate for this example is going to be 2. Now let's try to write down some coordinates. So this is a coordinate grid for us with all the quadrants, and we'll try to write down the points, the coordinates for these points. Let's come to this dot first. So this is in quadrant number 2, and that shows that x has to be negative and the y would be positive. So if we go along the x-axis here, this point lies on this line and this represents -6. So for the value of x coordinate, that's going to be -6. And then if you move along the y-axis, that's going to be 4. So the coordinate for this point is -6, 4. Likewise, we can try for the other one. If you go along the x-axis, we get a 2, and if we come up along the y-axis, that's a 3. So the coordinate for this point is 2, 3. And remember, that's the first quadrant, so both values would be positive. Let's come to this one. So this is our quadrant number 4, where x would be positive and y would be negative. So that's a 4 and minus 5. Likewise, we can write down the coordinates for that point as well, and this is quadrant number 3, where both the values are negative. So the position would be minus 3, minus 6. This is how we can work out the coordinates. Now, we've got some practice questions for you. This is question number 1 with little fill-ups, and that's question number 2 for writing some coordinates. So you can pause the video and try all the questions, and you can match your answers here. That answer number 1, and this is answer number 2. Thank you for watching the video. For more, please log on to justtutors.com.